Hi, welcome to the Diversity Week cooking series. My name is Danae Brummer, and I am joining you from the San Gabriel Valley Cancer Support Community Center kitchen. I'm a chef, I'm a master gardener, and a food systems educator. The City of Hope has hired me to run their teaching garden in Duarte. The teaching garden is affectionately known as the Garden of Hope. It was created with the intention of being a connection between nutrition and well-being. Anyone can come and volunteer at the garden. We specialize in teaching people how to grow their food, preserve their food, and cook their food. In light of Diversity Week, I'm going to take you, your tummy, and your taste buds on a journey around the world. We're going to look at international recipes that feature a rotisserie chicken. Now, I know you're wondering why a rotisserie chicken? Because it's convenient and reliable. So, when you're trying to figure out what to cook for your family, a rotisserie chicken can easily be cut up and served with some sides, or shredded to be added to another recipe to make your life a whole lot easier. As an Army brat and a global citizen, I've had the opportunity to travel to more than 21 countries. And no matter what part of the world I'm in, I've noticed that curry is a staple in some of these countries. The thing about curry is that it's delicious any way that you make it. It can be sweet, it can be tangy, it can be sour. So as a love letter to some of my favorite countries, we're gonna make coconut curry chicken. To make this delicious dish, you'll need the following: 1 teaspoon of avocado oil, 3 tablespoons of curry powder, half of an onion, 3 garlic cloves, actually crushed, half a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of paprika, 2 cups of diced rotisserie chicken, 1 can of stewed tomatoes, 1 can of light coconut milk, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger, juice from half of a lime, a half a cup of shredded coconut, a half a cup of crushed cashews, cooked brown rice or wild rice, sliced green onions, and cilantro for topping. So let's be honest, we're all busy. And after a long day at work, cooking can feel like a chore. That's part of the reason I love having a rotisserie chicken on hand. It doesn't matter what's going on in your world, a rotisserie chicken is reliable and it's easy. You can easily cut it up, serve it with some sides, or you can chop it up and add it to your favorite recipe, and you have instant dinner without the headache. Let's be honest, we're all busy. After a long day at work, the last thing we want to do is to have to worry about what to make for dinner. This is part of the reason I love having a rotisserie chicken on hand. It takes the headache and the hurry out of figuring out what to eat. But when I do have time, I like to carve out Sundays. That's my day to roast a chicken or put one in a rotisserie. And the reason why I like to make my own, because I have control. I have control of the seasoning, the sodium, and I can make it exactly the way that I want to. But there's no shame in the game if you gotta go to the grocery store and get a rotisserie chicken. So before we start making this recipe, I want to give you some tips and tricks on how to select the right rotisserie chicken. In addition, I'm going to give you some tips on how to store and reuse your rotisserie chicken so you can get the most out of it. So the first thing that you should take in consideration when you're shopping for a rotisserie chicken is the size and the plumpness. The larger the bird, the more likely it's more tender as well as delicious. You're gonna also pay attention to the color. You wanna see a nice even color like this. Notice this bird has 2 different colors. It is dark on one side, it's light on the other. That's an indication that it hasn't been evenly cooked. In addition to that, you wanna stay away from birds that also have dark wings. That's an indication that it has been overcooked. Anything that's been overcooked is gonna be dry, not moist, and not delicious. One of the most important things that you can do when you're shopping for a rotisserie chicken is actually talking to the staff at the grocery store. You want to find out when your bird was made. The reason why is because a rotisserie chicken can last in your refrigerator up to 4 days. You don't want a bird that was made yesterday or the day before. You want the fresh and the best, so it lasts longer. Another thing to consider when you're shopping for a rotisserie chicken is spending the extra dollars for one that is organic and free range. You not only get a healthier bird, but you also get a tastier one. Okay, it is time to make this recipe. So let's dive in. I'm starting by heating my my avocado oil in my pan, and I'm gonna add my curry paste. You can use curry paste or curry powder for this recipe. And what you're gonna wanna do is open up the curry with the oil and loosen it up, and you're gonna let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Since my curry paste is really thick, I'm adding a little bit of water to loosen it up. Now I'm adding in the onions. And you want to cook your onions until they're completely translucent. Now we'll add the garlic, paprika, salt, and pepper, and cook for 1 more minute. Next, let's add the chicken, stewed tomatoes, coconut milk, brown sugar, and ginger. And we're going to bring it to a nice simmer. And then we're going to cook the curry uncovered for about 10 minutes. Make sure the curry is as thick as you would like it. Then add in the lime juice, the coconut, and lastly, the cashews. Make sure that you use raw cashews for this recipe, not roasted or cooked. And you want to make sure that they're finely chopped up. Then voila! Serve it on a fluffy bed of rice to soak up all the saucy goodness. What I love the most about this meal is that it's a one-pot meal and super fulfilling. Also, it can totally be made ahead of time, stored in your refrigerator, so it soaks up even more of the saucy goodness. As you can see, that recipe made me do the happy dance, and I hope it has inspired you to want to make it at home. If you enjoyed watching me make this recipe, you're in luck. We have more. Every day during Diversity Week, we'll be featuring a new international recipe featuring a rotisserie chicken. So check them out. See you next time.